For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you kind of a tutorial video about how you're going to pitch your Isabella Shade Sun Canopy. So with me today I'm actually going to pitch it on kind of like a camper van, but of course you can use the same method we could use and show you here today on a caravan. There's no real chop and change to it at all. The first thing we'll do is also we'll get out the canvas itself. Also you want to obviously identify where the guide points are as well. Now because the awning itself is essentially just almost as a roof and a front, it's quite lightweight, so it means that there's not much to feed directly through the rail. It all makes life a lot easier. So we can just kind of unravel it, find obviously where the cader section is. Now you want to identify which is the outside and inside by looking for it's a slightly lighter part of the panel. That's normally the inside, or if you're really stuck, have a look for the Isabella logo. That's also going to be on the outside. Now we can feed this into kind of a normal C rail or a reamer rail, as I'm doing here. Because this is 6mm beading, you will struggle to fit it into a likes of a wind out or anything, just because it's a bit too thick, unless for some reason you've got a 6mm channel. This whole straight section here with a cader attached on is about 1.9 meters, it's 190 centimeters, so it's not the largest thing. So again, you want to just place that directly over the sliding door, preferably. And then you're good to go. With the pole sections, what you will have is you'll have two uprights and like almost like a ridge piece, as we call it, so it connects the two poles and it just quite nice and neatly clips in. So what I would do is, if you get the uprights first, personally I prefer to put the uprights in, put a guy rope on it as well, just to peg it to hold it in place. Again, if it's a windy day, then it's kind of nicely and secured, and then we'll put the internal strut in just to kind of tension it. So what we'll do to starters is grab our pole. There's a nice big chunky eyelet in the corner. Pop that directly on. I would stand it and angle it almost kind of horizontal, well, with a bit of an angle, just pushing itself away from the campsite, the sort of the van itself. Reason being is it just means that, oh, someone's had a lovely joy with these scarabs. Just means that when you come to pull it away eventually, it just means you're tensioning it away from the vehicle, and if it was to fall back, it's not going to likelihood to go back to the vehicle. So put the loop directly onto the pole. That will then keep the canvas tight to the pole itself, and then we're just going to approximately peg it. Ideally, you want to go almost off like a 45-degree angle from one another, just so it pulls and tension it a bit. You only want to go loosely. It's only really just there to stop it from moving anywhere particularly too far. And we're going to do the same with the other side. By doing this, it means obviously we're in fully control on a windy day, and we can still sort of tension it and repeg it as we need to. But the crucial thing to start with is, of course, just getting it into some sort of shape. So again, we're just going to go straight through, part on top. Again, we'll angle it almost against each other, and then we'll just peg it away from it. I'm using my own pegs just for the sake of the video, but it kind of gives you a bit more of an idea about it. You've got these lovely sort of typhoon straps with we've got the wooden slider. So then we've got the ridge pole. So the ridge pole itself can basically click into the main joint itself, and then it obviously expands inside to get a bit more tension. So we can just show you this in a way. So what we can do is, as it just kind of clips directly in, you hear a good clunk, and that's kind of how it attaches. So we'll do the same on the inside now. Doesn't matter which hole it goes in, there's a few to choose from. There you go, that's in. Let's give a bit more tension in there. Oops, Daisy. So slot it in, nice big clunk, and then we'll undo the buckle clip so we can spread the pole, and then just extend it a bit further so we hear that click. So once we've got that click, we'll just extend that pole a little bit. Don't want to go too much pressure, it's just to give a bit more stability. So now we're at this point here, we can pretty much increase the height of it. So we'll bring these legs nice and square now, so it's almost dead straight. and it depends obviously how high you want it to be. You've got to be aware that you are going to have a bit of water poolage if you're not completely flat. You know, you need a bit of a slope from the front there. If you've got a bit of windy weather, you can obviously, of course, angle it a little bit more if you really wanted to. This we can adjust as we go. What I would recommend doing is almost pegging through the leg just to keep it solid. So there are little holes built into the leg. And because we're kind of using it almost on the lower end of the spectrum, so the heights it will kind of generally fit are from about 2 meters up to about 2.6. So it's got a wide range it will fit to. We'll start with the middle pegging point. It just means when you're on the lower end spectrum, you tend to have to bring and splay this out a little bit more. And that will generally kind of affect the depth a little bit of it. So if I start in the middle, we can get it looking really nice and sharp. And again, we'll then do kind of the corner section. So you've got kind of 2 in the corners. We've got 1 in the middle. So there's not a huge amount to it. Like I said, it's a nice simplistic little canopy. But once we've kind of firmly secured it down, I like the fact we've got 2 pegging points on the corners again, which really is where I can take most of the flak. And then once we're here, we're pretty much good to go. What we can do is, now we're in a solid place, we're just going to tension our poles a little bit more, just to make sure we're nice and solid. If need be, repeg that because we're sort of a bit more structurally stronger now. And again, we might just increase that, tension that middle section a little bit. Yeah, so it's nice and tight. But yeah, simple as that. We've got our sort of sun canopy. Like I said, this will orientate depending on the height. Obviously, if you go taller, that whole front part comes in a little bit closer. But because we're a much lower profile, you appreciate as that goes up, there'll be more of a slope, and that comes down a bit flatter as well. So, but great sort of option. And like I said, you can open now the sliding door, enter the vehicle, and you're under the main part of the canopy. But really nice, lightweight Etacryl fabric. Works really smartly. But easy as you come. That's like essentially how you pick the shade. You're welcome to follow and look at, we've done like a bit more in-depth review video about it, so you can check out that as well. But like I said, conceptually, great for weekends or just for a bit of shade, shelter and shade away from it. Put a couple of chairs in there, great visibility out, so yeah, nice and easy. But feel free to have a look at our YouTube channel. Lots of different videos about pitching all sorts of models from Isabella's to other brands as well. But that's just in kind of our tutorial video about how you pitch your Isabella Shade sort of sun canopy.